movies, more choice. Next, he outsmarted them by becoming a champ. Can he do it again? Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita star in the blockbuster sequel, The Karate Kid Part 3. One from the Heart, next.
Beyond the darkness is Khan. Banished by a starship commander he is destined to destroy. There she is. There she is.
Can you evade the power? A few shots, sir.
Not enough against their shields.
The base is starboard.
Scotty, I need warp speed in 3 minutes or we're all dead.
At the end of the universe lies the beginning of vengeance. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
What have you got when two completely different guys have one mother, 6 fathers, 2 girlfriends, 4 thugs, and
Yummy.
similar taste?
You're comedians.
Sisters?
No.
Twins?
Yes.
We're twins.
The product of an experiment gone awry. They're running around acting greedy.
$5 million!
And making fun of Rambo. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Twins. Tuesday on Cinemax.
Frank Cross is not only the youngest president in network TV,
When I work late, you work late.
he's also the meanest.
I care.
But his life is about to change. Bill Murray,
Oh, man, the weirdest day.
Karen Allen,
You sounded like you'd seen a ghost.
Bob Goldthwait, and Carol Kane star in Scrooged.
Woo-wee.
Back off, big man. I may work with the chicks, but not with me.
A famous detective, a dapper duke, a maniacal madman, and a simple gardener.
I like to watch TV.
What do these curious characters have in common?
What the meaning of this?
They all belong to the ridiculous repertoire of a comic genius.
Why didn't you tell the world, eh?
6 sensational classics starring Peter Sellers.
Who are you, anyway?
It's me, Tally Bascom, remember?
I am Chief Inspector Jacques Cluzel.
I am General Ripper's executive officer.
This man is obviously a psychotic. I think he's a puffed up, undersized, four-eyed little twit.
Being there. Revenge of the Pink Panther. Dr. Strangelove. Murder by Death. The Mouse That Roared. And only 2 can play.
I'll try anything once.
6 all-time greats starring the legendary Peter Sellers this October on Cinemax.
And that's all there is to it, really.
Hi, I'm Gus Kubitschek. I just met the girl of my dreams.
Steve Guttenberg stars in Don't Tell Her It's Me, a romantic comedy about a man with a new lease on life and love.
I wanted to return this to you. You left it, but I don't know your name.
Sorry, was a bit skitty last night. Lobo Marunga.
It was a great challenge for me, great opportunity too. Play a really shy man who falls in love with a girl who wants nothing to do with him. So he transforms himself, with help of his sister, who's played by Shelley Long, into this hunk.
Hop on.
What?
Hop on.
The object of Guttenberg's affection is Jamie Gertz.
There are certain times in your life where you see a man and you just think, who is that? You know, who is that? And he came at a time where I think she was very down, and he just drives up in this smoke, and he comes from nowhere, and I think she falls for this stranger. She doesn't know his past. She doesn't know where he's from. She knows nothing about him. And I think that that's what excites her so much, is that she really has no idea who this person is.
Would you like a drink? Maybe something for the pain?
Have you any whiskey?
Whiskey?
Whiskey.
Any particular kind of whiskey?
Whatever you've got.
I'll just go inventory the liquor cabinet. Okay, let's see.
And while Guttenberg made a strong on-screen impression with Jamie Gertz, he was an even bigger hit with the crew behind the scenes.
The funny thing is, I would go in the morning looking like myself, and the girls on the set would say, "Oh, good morning, Steve, how you doing?" And I'd come out of makeup looking like Lobo. And it would be like, "Hello, Mr. G. Can we have a visit in your trailer?"
The actors had some laughs while the cameras were rolling, too.
There's a scene where the dog keeps sniffing Steve's crotch, basically, throughout the entire film, because she that's how dogs, they smell you. And I mean, this dog was a big dog, and Steve, he had to keep dog food in his hand, like in between his legs, so that the dog would run up and smell the dog food. And I mean, he would run with such force that poor Steve would, half the time would be like, "Ah!"
Lizzie, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Lobo. Lobo, this is Lizzie. She's a writer. Lobo, is it?
Yes. Lobo.
Oh, killer rat.
Friendly pooch, huh?
He likes you.
I enjoy working. I come from that ethic, a very work ethic. And the fact is, I love to tell stories, and what better way to tell a story than to make a movie?
More movies, more choice. Next, he outsmarted them by becoming a champ. Can he do it again? Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita star in the blockbuster sequel, The Karate Kid Part 3. One from the Heart, next.
In October, feel suspense, witness mystery, and murder.
When you get caught, it's murder. Right now, it's just death.
All part of Thrillers on Cinemax. First, Richard Gere is in the business of pleasure.
How do you seduce all these women?
The heat is on.
The cops are after me.
American Gigolo.
It's a very delicate matter.
Then, a beautiful woman.
Somebody else in the house.
A group of killers.
Take care of him.
And a stormy night. Blind fear. A young family finds a friend.
People are all that matter.
He brings them together.
I've grown up.
Then tears them apart.
Eric, leave us alone.
Mind games. And from the poverty of Colombia, it's a one-way ticket out.
So, to get
tropical snow. Finally, government holds a private election.
And one politician is just like the other.
One vote cast by the assassin. 5 films of mystery and suspense. Thrillers in October on Cinemax.
What if the impossible happened?
Well, boys, I reckon this is it. Nuclear combat toe-to-toe with the Ruskies.
And the bombing was about to begin.
I was under the impression that I was the only one in authority to order the use of nuclear weapons.
But it was all a big mistake.
Don't you know that General Ripper went as mad as a bloody March hare and sent the whole wing to attack the Soviets? Don't you know that?
And the Russians were ready with a secret weapon.
Gee, I wish we had one of them doomsday machines, Stacy.
The whole point of the doomsday machine is lost. If you keep it a secret, why didn't you tell the world, eh?
So there's fighting in the air and fighting on the ground.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Peter Sellers, George C. Scott, Peter Sellers, Slim Pickens, and Peter Sellers learn to stop worrying and love the bomb in Dr. Strangelove.
The Old West, where good guys walk tall and bad guys lay low.
This ain't a very friendly town.
Where men ride hard and women shoot straight.
You don't stand a chance, Doc.
Where the law of the land is staying alive.
Anybody else want to try their luck?
Saddle up and head for the hills. It's October on Western Roundup. An all-star cast on a rocky road.
You ain't got the slightest idea of the things that can happen on a run like this.
Their lives are linked when the going gets rough.
Here we are waiting to fall off a mountain if the Indians don't get us first.
Anne Margaret, Bing Crosby, Stagecoach. Burt Lancaster, Kirk Douglas.
One's over, boys.
Unbuckle them.
They're on their way to a showdown.
Where and when?
Sun up at OK Corral.
Gunfight at the OK Corral. Plus, The Last Rebel, Jesse James versus the Daltons, and Buchanan rides alone.
Now that's just Jim Dandy, son.
Western Roundup, the place to be for the best of the West, in October on Cinemax.
Passionate, romantic, furious, tender. It all comes to you from the heart on Cinemax in October.
After the first kid, she's gonna blow up like a balloon.
If a couple of kids survive their wedding, Italian style,
The real men.
it's just gotta be a sign of true love. Then, the kid's got trouble, and his new master will betray him.
What am I doing?
Karate Kid 3. Next, Culture Clash.
Scared for us, Tony.
We just gotta be careful.
A streetwise Romeo and Juliet stake their lives on love in China Girl. And in the tradition of Gone with the Wind,
How dare you speak to me like that?
Margot Kidder, Louisiana. Next, George Segal and Glenda Jackson. When opposites attract, only one thing makes up for the pain.
We are absolutely fabulous in bed.
Huh? Lost and Found. Movies straight from the heart to you on Cinemax in October.
She was one of Hollywood's most popular and enduring leading ladies. All October long, the Cinemax Classic Collection brings you 5 spirited performances from the legendary star, Susan Hayward.
It's wonderful.
First, a true and gripping tale of alcoholism and self-abuse,
I'm just nothing, a hopeless drunk.
based on the life of Broadway star Lillian Roth, the newly colorized I'll Cry Tomorrow. Then, Susan co-stars with Gregory Peck.
You're quite a woman.
The Snows of Kilimanjaro. Then,
What were you trying to do, make a dead hero out of yourself?
he's Old Hickory, Andrew Jackson. And Susan Hayward is the president's lady.
He captured another man's wife.
I had heard that never had the king found a woman to please him. I dared to hope that I might be that woman.
David and Bathsheba, a magnificent African adventure.
I hate you!
A land in a love, untamed. The Cinemax Classic Collection in October. More movies, more choice, and more Susan Hayward.
I'll give you 5 seconds to unbuckle your guns. 1.
Don't go away. The Dynamite late night movie will be right back.
If you're watching Cinemax, you'll never see great Hollywood classics butchered by ads. On Cinemax, you get the film and nothing but the film. No commercials, no cuts, because we want to keep the class and classic. So if you're taping your favorite movie for posterity, stick with Cinemax and skip the commercials. Cinemax, where you'll always get more movies, more choice, and more classics.
Cinemax in October. More movies, more choice.
Gee, I've never heard that before.
Only in America. No, only on Cinemax. We've got more action, suspense, adventure, and a little romance. We've got 145 movies just waiting to blow you away.
They think they're tough, but we're tougher.
In October, Cinemax has some tough cops, but Michael Douglas is the toughest in Black Ray.
Hi, sweetheart.
You could get me killed, detective.
This isn't New York. We have rules here.
I am the solution to your problems.
And from cops to robbers.
I never met anybody who did crime for a living.
Burt Reynolds and Casey Shamasco are breaking in.
To get married, a person's got to adjust to certain things.
If only real life were that simple.
This is not real life. Big wedding like this, it's nice, huh?
If you're not sure about this whole thing,
Because everybody celebrates and we all happy, right?
True Love, one of 5 films from the heart.
You're not gonna scream, are you?
Hey, don't get mad, get even. Just head on out to the drive-in where the action's hot, the people are neighborly.
you're a dead man.
And some of them just want to be your friends. Oops, 7 years of bad luck. Sorry, dude.
Being framed by somebody. I don't know who.
Murder, mayhem, and things that go bump in the night. We've got 5 tantalizing thrillers that will leave you breathless.
Might cause you to have nightmares.
And coming in November, it's those fabulous Baker boys, Jeff Bridges, Beau Bridges, and the fabulous Michelle Pfeiffer.
Nice girl.
Need we say more? Cinemax in October. More movies, more choice.